Hi everyone, my name is Joseph. I'm the managing partner here at Tsang and Associates, where we solve legal problems with creative solutions. So the legal problem was that this young graduate wanted a visa to stay in the US and chose the E-2 visa. So we were working together to find out what kind of business to start for her in order for her to stay. And of course, we're not just gonna randomly create any old business for her to do. So we wanted to dive into her relationships, her family, what her interests are. From a lot of discussion, we found out that she had a relative that created patches. Patches for the fire department, patches for the police department, high school swim teams, football teams, the things you put on your Leatherman jacket. It's a good business, but it's very traditional. And she didn't know really what to do with it. But I thought that was a good opportunity, and that's a good starting point because it is a very established business. It's always needed every single year and in every single industry. But what is she going to do with it? What new thing is she going to create in the US? So then we started talking about her hobbies. What does she like to spend her time doing? And then we found out she really likes anime, like myself, and her favorite holiday is the Halloween. So naturally, we created a business plan for her to use this relationship to create a business to make customizable patches for anybody who is at Anime Expo. Artists, musicians, really anybody who want to create little patches and sell them can buy them for dollars and sell them for $10 to $20. So she was able to build up a huge customer base because she's not really in it for the revenue. She wanted to create a business, she wanted to create market share just so she could stay in the US. And with that goal in mind, it's so easy to make a thriving business. Her relative that has this factory, they're also thrilled. Not that they're gonna rely on this to be their new business plan to expand to the Americas, but it is quite nice to have additional revenue. Doing this, she was able to transform an age-old business that matches her talents and her interest, and she's able to connect with so many people that she really enjoys following. And now during Halloween, she's able to have very custom outfits for herself, her friends, and for anybody who's interested in a much more customized, tailored type of clothing. Okay, so that's the business plan. The easy part was the marginality because we were able to show how much demand there will be and how profitable it will be. The difficult part is the actual investment. She was a college student. She did not have that much money. She had to borrow funds from friends and family in order to make this happen. And to run a business like this, you actually need a high volume. You need to place a big order for everything to be shipped over. Customers need to place the order. And what if they return it? Now you're stuck with inventory that you can't resell. The good news was that because it was subsidized by the family, they were able to ship over a lot of inventory first as an investment. So she had a partial stake in the business, and then there was a large inventory. And then this inventory is able to be reused in very different ways. So even if the customer does return it, they're able to just strip it off, they're able to put up a new design and send it out as samples later on. And that was the key because she only had to invest in a small amount. She didn't need a full office, she just needed a warehouse. And of course, these patches doesn't take up a lot of space. In one box could fit over 1,000, and so she could easily fit merchandise that's over $10,000, $20,000 in value in just a few boxes. So her warehouse cost was only like $100 a month. Her rent was low, her staff cost was low, her friends were helping her out, and then she didn't have to have an office. She's able to have all this inventory. She invested a few funds, she was able to get a whole bunch of customers, and we were able to submit this application and it was approved. Typically, when you do E-2 cases for young people, you really have to go out of your way to prove why a college student is able to run a thriving business. You really have to have a storyline that really can identify with their personality, with their vision. You don't want to just copy and paste the business plan from online because it's not going to be believable to the officer, especially when you're doing an E-2 application in the US, there is no interview. If they don't have the chance to interview you, they're just looking at whatever's on the paper. So whatever's there has to be believable and strong. And that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Would love to talk to you about E-2 investments. Take care. Bye-bye.